The famous Talmudic tale from Masechet Ta'anit goes like this. Choni HaMe'agel was walking along the way, and he came upon a man, an elderly man, planting a carob tree. And he said to him, "You know, old man, a carob takes many, many years to grow and produce fruit, and you're already elderly. I don't mean to be rude, but by the time this tree produces fruit, you may not be able to enjoy them. You may have passed on from this world." And the old man said, "Don't worry. Just as my ancestors planted trees for me, and I enjoy the fruits of their labors, so too I'm planting for future generations." And Choni went on his way, and he fell asleep. And he slept a deep sleep for 70 years. And then he woke up, and he saw a huge carob tree in front of him. And there was an old man gathering the fruits. And he said to him, "Are you the same old man that I met planting the carob tree?" And he said, "No, I'm his grandson. And you can see that his efforts have produced fruit, and now I'm gathering the fruit." We are in Neot, Kedumim, a biblical landscape reserve. And the idea behind this place was to take the Bible in one hand and a shovel or a spade in the other hand and plant all of the trees and the flowers and the shrubs that are mentioned in the ancient sources. And what an incredible park it's turned out to be. But it wasn't always like this. In the 60s, when this land was first given to Noga Harauveni, it was barren. There was nothing growing here. After centuries of over-agricultural use and overgrazing and warfare and cutting down all the trees for building projects, there was nothing left here. All the topsoil had blown away. So when Noga Harauveni, the founder of Neot Kedumim, came here, with all the people that helped him, they set to work to bring this land to life. And they planted all of the trees and the flowers and the shrubs. And it's an ongoing project. And now it's the time of Tu B'Shvat, a time of renewal in nature, a time when people plant trees. And just at this time, you can appreciate that Noga Harauveni is continuing the story that we learnt about with Choni HaMe'agel, where in that story, one person planted for the next generations. We like to say that 20 years ago was the best time to plant a tree. The second best time is right now.
So we read in the Bible that's the first thing you need to do when you arrive to Israel is plant a tree. And that's a beautiful thing. You don't build a house, you don't go to open a bank account. First thing you do is planting a tree. And you remember we talked about Choni HaMe'agel and the beautiful story about how when you are planting, it's not for your own enjoyment, but for the next generation. So everybody are welcome to Neot Kedumim to help us plant the tree. And now it's time to do the blessing. So let's say together, Baruch Atah, Adonai Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. And now for ecology tip from the Bible. One of the very important mitzvah has to do with planting a tree called Orla. Orla means that for the first 3 years of a young tree, you're not allowed to enjoy the fruit. But actually the real meaning of it is that the tree will get the power, instead of putting all the energy on producing the fruits, he will put the energy in making the roots deeper and stronger. So what you do is, when it is this stage, it's only a bud, it still didn't started to create the fruit, you take it off. this way, all the energy goes to the roots, and then he will stay for many, many years and bear fruit. And this is what we try to do at Neot Kedumim. We invest in the roots, because if we will be connected to our roots, we will be able to grow strongly and we will be stable.